時が流れ持ち上げ時が
this heat.
You put it down like New York City. I never sleep. Wild like Los Angeles. A fantasy. Hot love in Miami. I feel the heat. Girl, it's international love. It's international love.
Down in DR, they looking for
But I'm not for hire. I know that you're venom, tainting my blood with toxins and tearing me down again. Poison, burning my throat. You're noxious. Your reflection is venomous. Your reflection is venomous. It's a heavenly hell when I'm under your spell. It's a hunger on chaos. I'm losing myself when I'm lost in between, and I try to break free. You won't release me. I know that you're venom, tainting my blood with toxins and tearing me down again. Poison, burning my throat. You're noxious. Your reflection is venomous. 'Cause you're venomous. Your reflection is venomous. It's a dangerous game. There is no such thing as an enemy. I'm a part of you, you're a part of me. There is no such thing as an enemy. It's the dark side of your identity. I'm a part of you, you're a part of me. There is no such thing. No such thing. No such thing.
the dark self is coming through. The only threat I see is you. There's no need for running, you never see me coming. I'm already inside of you.
In the beginning, there was man. Then man made the machine. Then man made the machine. Then man made the machine.
precious memories, and in how we remember all the special days we had, like a dream. Every little thing makes me glad. 1, 2, 3 and maybe 4. Making friends and maybe making more. To turn the page on a brand new journey, right to jump into a story underneath a big green tree. That's when we gather, you and me. When the fruit are hanging on the tree, it's gone. Inspiration fills us with thought. Even when the times are kind of rough, nothing will be enough. Raise up the spirit of your soul, then the future will be ours, I know.
Colors weave into a spire of flame. Distant sparks call to a past still unnamed. Bear this torch against the cold of the night. Search your soul and reawaken the undying light. On that day when the sky fell away, our world came to an end. In our eyes did a fading sunrise in the dark, glimmering shadows. Silence grows in the spaces between, stretching out beyond time. Rising up as a chorus of souls finds a voice, flickering through the void. These little sparks cling on to life, everyone caught in this struggle. And then the storms of change, they fan the flames, scattering ashes to the wind. Every soul contains a whisper of light, gleaming faintly as it dwindles from sight. No escape, no greater fate to be made. In the end, the chains of time will not break. Colors weave into a spire of flame. Distant sparks call to a past still unnamed. Bear this torch.
All my pain when it's time for me to go. I wanna go fly to paradise tonight. I wanna go ride the first thing on my mind. I need to get
don't you help me. It's my fault, I know I'm selfish. Scandal on my soul is jealous. It wants love, but I reject it. Trade my joy for my protection. Grab my hand, I'm drowning. I feel my heart pounding. Why haven't you found me yet?
Pointed, going crazy. Even though we can't afford, the sky is over. Even though we can't afford, the sky is over. I don't wanna see you go, the sky is over. Even though we can't afford, the sky
political phonies. Then they celebrate my medals or they wanna take my trophies. Some are loyal soldiers while these other thorns are rosy. And if you never know who you can trust, then trust me, you'll be lonely. Oh, are you ready for the sequel? Ain't ready for the latest. In the garden of evil, I'm gonna be the greatest. In a golden cathedral, I'll be praying for the faithless. And if you lose, boo.
stars glow for you. Go see the world, cause it's all so brand new. Don't close your eyes, cause your future's ready to shine. It's just a matter of time before we learn how to fly. Welcome to the rhythm of the night. There's something in the air you can't deny. It's been fun, but now I've got to go. Life is way too short to take it slow. But before I go and hit the road, I gotta know. Till then, when can we do this again? When can I see you again? When can we do this again? I gotta know. When can I see you again? Join at the hip, yeah, your sidekick needs you. Life is a
throwing stuff into the fire. I realize it's gonna go out soon. I said I'm okay, but I'm dying. So disappointed with the truth. A generation of discouraged, gloomy children with their empty hearts. They used to tell us life was worth living, but they never saw the world was falling apart. We were innocent like a frozen rose. It didn't get better as we grew up, no. And if anything, we kept our hope. There's no enemy, we're all alone. We were innocent like a frozen rose. It didn't get better as we grew up, no. Despite everything, we don't feel we're the same kids, scared and lonely. We were innocent like a frozen rose. It didn't get better as we grew up, no. And if anything, we kept our hope. There's no enemy, we're all alone. When everything is said and done, so looking for answers. If only one turn my back, the edge has gone, left with no reason, we come undone. something I only wanted to be part of, part of.
I only wanted to be part of something. I only wanted to be part of, part of. I only wanted to be
I just don't know what they're doing. This game is not as fun as it was a long time ago. Probably another burnout. Or maybe they just don't care. I don't know. Game is over. Time to rise. It's the game of their demise. You may fathom, you may cope, but we know that there's no hope. Game is over. Time to rise. It's the game of their demise. Is there something we can do? I don't know. It's up to you. Sorry about the brief intermission, folks. Seems like a lot of players are really upset with the game, and we don't know where the game's gonna be going from here. From new content to dismissal, we don't understand where the game's gonna go, but we need to be ready for it. In breaking news today, today, recent music app that's been 3 months without content has been bought out by another company? Given all the recent news, this feels too good to be true. This is future, this is life. I don't like the way it's timed, but the devs are speaking out. Questions we're about to doubt. Is there any way to say what is going, what is great? But more on this at 11.
forgiveness 100 times. Believed it myself when I halfway apologized. And it's not unfair, I'm asking for prayers, but into a new age, into a new life. Another classic. happening now. Blocking out, in fact I'm blacking it out. Holding you tight, kidding myself, turning wrong into right. Thief in the night, I've been the one putting gas in the lights.
Brings happiness, that's all what we want to see. But now it's time to bless the souls who live inside our memories. Holidays are such a blast, get-togethers here at last. Holidays are such a joy, just make sure you go and ask what comes after holiday laughter. It's the spirit we just hear it fighting for our lives. Let me tell you something. Back in my day, we didn't have a lot of things over here for Christmas. I'm just glad to be here and spend it here with the people I love. You mean so much to me, and I'm really glad I fought for you all to celebrate Christmas with you. Many people gather around to see the fellows that they love. Now let's do the same thing